Hey, what's up? Your friendly neighborhood grandmother here, just to stop in and say you don't have to go down that thought loop. Cut it off. You have control over your mind more than you think you do. Telling this to myself because I literally caught myself like right now. I was like, wait, don't got to. You don't have to. You don't have to let your patterns persist just because it's something that's happened before. And our minds hold so much power, dude. Like, it's nuts, and we don't give it enough credit and enough attention, and we kind of just fall so easily into autopilot. Like, I'm in my bed right now, which is either a place of comfort or a place of stagnancy, depending on where I'm at and where the day's at. And it truly is like a love-hate relationship. I love my bed. I love sleeping in this bed, but sometimes you gotta remove yourself when you're not in your bed to sleep or to relax, or that relaxation can melt into stagnancy, and then you're just like looking up at the ceiling, overthinking your life and overthinking your relationships with people, overthinking like the things you want to improve on, and it kind of can just turn into a whole like spiral. A whole like downfall of your mood. And for me, at least, especially during the winter time, I struggle with seasonal depression. So I have to be very mindful of the way that I am eating, the way that I am just taking care of myself. If I am taking care of myself, if I'm like making myself feel pretty or making myself feel cute, sometimes just make yourself feel cute and it'll help a lot. Like, or make yourself go to the store, just go get some noodles or something. Like, wow, I was about to, when you're saying something really quick and you rearrange the first letters of the words? I was about to say the change of scenery. The change of scenery. I'm shouting, I'm sorry. The change of scenery can definitely help your mind, because our brains are so like sensitive. Like, that's a whole nother conversation, but we really underestimate how sensitive we as human beings are. We feel like a lot of us have been desensitized to our feelings and our thoughts and just the things that make us, connect and absorb, just because we're absorbing so much every day to where we don't realize that we are absorbing, and that does shape who we are, and it does shape our mindset and how we look at things. And like, the music you listen to affects you on a subconscious level, like your surroundings affect you on a subconscious level. Just mindfulness. I keep saying this in every video, but it's so like prevalent, and it's totally something I really need to work on. And also just, well, this isn't a video on all the things I need to work on. This is just a PSA to just take a minute, breathe, center yourself, think about, what am I thinking about right now? Like, what's on my mind? Like, what's important to me right now? Like, what can I control in this very absolute moment directly in front of me? Like, nothing behind or actually in the future. Like, what's something that I can control in this exact moment? My breath I can control. My thoughts I do have control over. It doesn't, like, anxiety is such a thing. Like, I struggle with it, but a lot of it is rooted in not being in the present. A lot of it is rooted in worrying about what's to come, or worrying about something that has already happened that you can't change and you feel upset about it. Or there's just so many things that could cause anxiety, but being in the present is not one of them. So, just breathe. You're beautiful. You have control over your life. You have control over yourself. You are your own person. This is your vessel. Treat it like your vessel. Give it love, because if there's no one else in this world that's going to give you love, you have that blessing to give that to yourself, and to rewire your brain into realizing you don't need that from anyone else but yourself. It's great to get it from other people, but we can't be out here relying on that for validation, because that's where it turns toxic, and that's where insecurities come and low self-esteem sneaks in, because it can get out of hand. And social media tends to be the thing for a lot of millennials nowadays, where it's become a subconscious brainwashing of we feel the need to get that validation through likes. We feel the need to get that validation through other people saying like we look good or you're doing great. But it's like, no, you're doing great whether or not someone else tells you. And it's so hard to just say that because it takes a lot to really believe it. But it's definitely something that takes practice. All of this stuff takes practice. You don't just wake up one day and you're the most mindful person on earth and you're just like, boom, anxiety's gone. Like, it's a day by day battle, and it's so hard for some people. Like, I don't want to say like it's easy because a lot of people struggle with it a lot, way more than I do. But just breath work is like the number one thing that is like the main centering practice. If you don't believe in the energy of crystals or the energy of, other physical things to help ground you, breathe, because our breath says a lot about where we're at. Like, homeostasis is like, it's not common like nowadays. Like, we're always like on edge about something, like, just let's all try to chill out a little bit, like just be in the moment as much as possible, because the future will be here soon enough, and there's no point in worrying about something when it hasn't even come at you yet, which is so easy again to say, especially in your 20s, but God has you, you are carried, you are loved, you are looked over, it's all going to work out. Because it's worked out before. We're here, we're alive, we've lived through our past struggles, and they only shape us to be the amazing people that we are becoming today. So that's my PSA. I love you guys. And I hope that everyone had a great full moon, and I'm ready for February. This is the official start of the year, because January was just like, I felt like the engines were warming up, but like I didn't feel in it yet. I feel like everyone felt that way about January, because it was like a really weird, I'm gonna go. Okay, bye.